Hi, welcome to Cozy Couch Conversations Live. We are back and we are here to talk about episode 3. And we're going to dive right in today. Michelle, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Welcome back to you. We missed you the last time.
I miss y'all too, but I stayed tuned the entire episode.
Look,
I was all in the comments.
we was reading your comments. I was like, oh, I know. So hopefully tonight we'll be able to see everybody comments as well, and we'll be able to respond. So we try to get a little better every time that we do these. But we're gonna jump right in. We don't want to waste any time because there is a lot to talk about. So episode 3, what did you think overall?
So far, like I told you, this is my favorite episode.
Really?
Yes, everything about it I could relate to, from being on the job with unprofessional boss.
Yes.
Matter of fact, saying sexual remarks.
Okay.
A lot of times people overlook, like I told you.
Yeah.
Plus size women do get sexually harassed.
Yes.
Day-to-day living.
Mm-hmm.
But people always think it's the video vixens on. No, that ain't the real world.
Yeah, but real world like us big girls.
Yes. We get mad love out here. Probably too much love, but mad love out here.
Yeah.
But the thing about it, so are we gonna go ahead and show the first clip?
Yes.
So
you ready to jump in?
Yeah, so they can follow us.
Okay, so tonight what we're gonna do something just a little different. We're trying something new, but hope this helps and guides our conversation. We will be showing some of the clips that stood out to us. We'll play them. They're short, and then we'll come back and talk about them. So let's start with the first one.
I'm married. I don't think my husband allowed us to eat dinner alone. But, we can't do that.
John. Yeah, that was the wrong plan right there. You still paying all the bills? You right. Got a little beside myself. I mean, if you not comfortable eating out in public with me, I mean, I can order in. We can eat right here in my office. Making me your close friend has its benefits. I mean, I can really make it worth your while.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, no doubt. I know you good. I mean, after all, why you think you getting this award tonight? I made the nomination, and I made sure everybody voted in your favor. Check this out. I would say you owe me, and having dinner with me is the least you can do.
Mr. Hodges.
All right. So we're going to talk about that clip, Michelle. That was one of your favorites. Let's go.
That was my favorite part. And Mr. Hodges, he just let it all hang out, didn't he?
He did.
Did they get a chance to hear how he called out what he knew about her husband?
Oh my goodness! Well, you know what? I've gotten a lot of feedback about him recognizing. Like, how did he know this? Was he listening? Did she confide in him?
I know she confided. She had to have gone to him and told him how much she was struggling with all of the financial burden being on her back.
Mm-hmm.
And so as when you're in a position like that, you're thinking you're confiding in somebody who can possibly help them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can see my work ethic and then ultimately give me a raise, increase my salary.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think she saw the day that he was going to throw that back in her face to use it all for his own selfish gain.
Listen, and then something else that is possible. Sometimes when we're so upset, we vent to the wrong people. Ooh. And I think, and this is why I'm putting a plug in for counseling. When you need someone to talk to, we have to be mindful of who we're talking to. listen, there is nothing. One of the things that I really love about counseling is being able to unload on somebody that didn't know me, right? And sometimes we need to unload. Sometimes we need to have that person to talk to. And I think it could have been possible. Was it office gossip? Did she paying all of the bills? Did he hear the office gossip? Did she confide into the wrong person? And then someone knows. I think it's a lot of things can lead to what's going on between you and your husband being discussed outside.
Let me ask you this: have you ever confided in the wrong person?
Oh yes. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute, on the job. Yeah.
On the
Now
job.
earlier in my life.
So like to learn you now. You're the one that don't say nothing on the job. Folks don't know what you got going.
I'm the one to tell other people, listen, your work life is your work life, your home life is your home life. Keep your I'm that person.
Oh, so like to learn you. You know, you don't even care on like that on nobody's job.
No. You know, and so I tell people that a lot of times when I'm talking to the new people that that come in, that a lot of times you have to remember this is your professional life. Even though I found good friends at work. Nicole that was on the couch. Yes.
Y'all work together.
Yes, we started off as revenue officers together with the IRS, and that's how we met. But I was really a wall then too. I was kind of wall, and I don't know how it started or how it began, but rare.
For you,
It's rare.
you go straight Beverly Johnson on the job. Straight professional. That's one of my favorite people, so I get that power now. You go straight professional. You ain't there for nobody.
Baby, you ain't too much getting in my mama business
at all.
No. She say I talk too much.
What?
She sounds just like my dad.
But look, they take credit for all good things, all crazy things about it. You know.
So, but yeah, I just think
I have before.
you have confided.
Oh man, worst decision. Looking back, I was so broken. It was like one of those things where you flagging out anybody could talk to. Whoever had I didn't even realize what I was doing until a worker came to me.
They said, "Stop telling these folks your business."
Set me down.
See, that's me. I'm her.
I couldn't even hardly say anything. So I was so embarrassed but then you hide behind where I'm just being transparent. But a lot of times when you combine the wrong people, it can be an issue.
Okay.
Like in your darkest moment, like in your lowest hour, like even for her, it's a lot as a woman to carry that whole financial responsibility for the family.
That's heavy. That is definitely
now,
heavy.
I'm gonna say something now. I'm just gonna say it.
Okay, gonna say it.
It's all together different. Like when you single and you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But now you got a brother
in the house with
in
you.
the
They ain't
house.
doing nothing.
And the thing that really stood out to me about the episode, despite everything they were going through, the brother wasn't even there. So where you at? You ain't got no job.
She asked him. She said, "Where are you? You supposed to be here.
Where you at?" And then if you got a job, it ain't helping on these bills. So I need to know
where your money
where
going.
you at, boo boo.
And where your money going.
That's number one right there. Like we'll deal with whatever else you might have going on later, but you'll leave the responsibility on me. And then it turns into the respect level. That's something else that you don't respect me as a man. That's why.
Why you doing like that?
No, because it's like I'm paying all these bills. Well, you need to respect me as a man. Like somebody, it's a lot. It's a lot here.
But let me say something. This just hit me now.
Okay.
All right. Let's go and jump in that now. Did we jump in taking on this responsibility as if it was okay from the beginning, and then you get tired?
But at the point, like say for example, if you in a relationship, you're here and this person's speaking.
Okay.
Now I can carry us for so long. You know, if you're gonna be a team player, you gotta be fair.
Right.
But now you see me struggling, you see me tired, and you don't jump in.
Yeah. There's a problem.
That's another kind of low down. That's a special kind of low down right there.
We should have been in marriage counseling a long time ago.
Exactly.
So that then a lot of times, that just hit me. See how to say that.
Ooh, you got to put a foot. I can tell you. You got to add up to this.
I think we have to remember that sometimes we don't know how to be wives and don't know how to be husbands. Because if our first classroom, let's go back to some of the conversation that we had before. If our first classroom is home, then if their home was dysfunctional, if their home was toxic, you're still learning those ways. If you talking about Uncle Bobo and them and Uncle Charles and them, you know, and this is what they did, or if Daddy did it, if Mama did it like this, Mama took care of everything,
Right.
then we are learning and assuming that this is okay. But now we know how it feels, and we don't like it. Then I think there's so many variables.
But
to
let me
it.
ask you this: is it okay to start something, realize I don't like this, and give it back? Or like once you know,
No,
I
we need to have
remember,
a conversation.
I remember my mom saying like, don't start nothing you can't finish. Like if you know this ain't something you're gonna want to continue for the duration of the marriage, then
Yes,
don't even start it.
yes, I
So
agree.
she was like, well, I ain't mean for y'all just not do nothing. Like y'all
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 took
just
this a
ain't
little
go,
too far.
y'all running out, you know. So it's a lot.
You know, I think as women that can go out there and make it happen, that sometimes we come in the house with that same type of I can make it happen in here too. And we're teaching people how to treat us. Lejeune makes this statement in but she was talking about something else on Cozy Couch, but she was talking about boundaries. She said, and boundaries teach others how to treat us. What are we saying to others about how to treat us? What are we saying? What am I saying to you about how to treat me? Did I communicate that? That very thing that I'm complaining about, did I communicate that I want to be treated like that? And then on the other side of that is even when you notice that, okay, I messed up, this doesn't feel good. I've been teaching someone how to treat me like that. That's when communication is important. Okay, listen, I realized you got comfortable here. I never meant for that to happen. And then we start having this regret, right? We start walking around the house mad. And they wonder why we acting like that.
It's too much. I don't think that burden was ever meant to be on me. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't want to get too run clean out on my life. It's too much. It's too much. It really should be, if you're in a partnership, it should be a balance. Some checks and balances, and then the man should take the lead. And that's different than how I used to think.
Yeah, I agree with you though.
I was raised by an alpha male.
Okay.
That ingrained in me, like, you do your own thing. Like, man, you ain't gotta listen to a man. So it's so trying to make that transition and put out of my mind the way I was raised and raised how things should be. It's a challenge.
It definitely is.
Sometimes I literally have to just sit there, like literally like this.
Be quiet.
Let me be quiet, because if I say something, it's gonna be out of order. Right out.
Yeah, I know. I watched my mama hustled a lot of her life. Like my mama could carry 3 or 4 gigs. And I talk about her to this day.
To this day.
Like she's retired, but she's not retired. And I'm like, oh, okay, she can do this. Then I can do this too. And even though my daddy brought so much into the house, and he was a full-time pastor and running a business, but I saw my mama go out a lot of times and hustle, and you learn how to do that from watching. So both of my parents were entrepreneurs, and as a young girl, I really, when it came to the household, my mom and them was starting businesses off the ground. So I jumped in to fill in and make things happen. So I would say, it was not the best way to do things. But I did it when I became older, did the very same thing.
Wow.
And I didn't realize that until not too long ago, that even with my son, latchkey kid, like what she talked about.
Said,
He was a latchkey because I'm beating the streets. I'm making stuff happen.
I got a mouth.
Somebody got to pull this weight. Somebody got to carry this lifestyle. And then another thing is trying to maintain a certain type of lifestyle. So you go out there and hustle. And because you're doing that, who's taking the flag?
And I'm gonna tell you something, and it hit me like as we were prepping for the show. When she mentioned work life, family balance.
You ready for that one?
It was so crazy because for me, even being older, having a child, I still had some type of void here. And it was like, I just felt like if I do this right here, then I'll be able to come home and make it all right. Like I'll be able to spend more time, be able to, but the thing that I was chasing became bigger and bigger.
Oh my goodness.
So the time to right your wrongs as for spending the time in the workforce and being a hustler,
Mm-hmm.
it never came back around. Like it never came back to me like, okay, now's the time.
You've done it.
You've done enough.
Right.
Get somewhere and sit down. You got this board down.
Were you feeling something on the inside? Wait a minute, hold on. Let's play
Okay.
that clip. Go to that. That should be our next clip anyway.
Life balance, we tend to see chaos in both worlds. So definitely that is probably an area that mom can invest more time in trying to.
Of course. Now moving along to after this has happened at work, she goes home.
Yeah.
We see a lot. What are some things that stand out to you?
Just tying into work things going on, home life things going on. It seems like things are a little bit chaotic in both realms, right? Things are chaotic at home, things are chaotic at work, and it seems like mom just doesn't have a lot of good work-life balance. And so when we don't have good work-life balance, we tend to see chaos in both worlds. So definitely that is probably an area that mom can invest more time in trying to establish. And we see that because work-life balance are kind of imbalanced, that is also impacting her daughter. She's definitely a latchkey kid. Staying at home by herself most of the afternoons. And what we know is that latchkey children are so vulnerable. They're so vulnerable to so many things like boredom. They're also high risk for depression, and they're also high risk.
Yeah, so she's talking about this work-life balance that you were just talking about having that work-life balance.
I have to be fair to Amina. Ain't no balance. When you try to eat it, make sure your child eat. Then I'm sure if there's something left over, you let that brother eat too. So
A leftover.
yeah, you got to be fair. As whether you're single parent or in a relationship, you're gonna get it wrong.
Sure.
You're gonna get it wrong when it comes to work life, family life balance.
Yeah, I agree.
But it was something you said that bust me in the face today. I didn't know if you wanted to fight.
What?
I was like, I'm in her house. They gonna put me out of here. But you were like, what you said about Adam, about his purpose and then his assignment.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was basically saying that our first assignment that is to, I shouldn't say our first assignment, but our God gives us an assignment to our children that should be more important. I'm a mother. He's given me an assignment to be a mother. You're a mother and a wife. He's giving you an assignment to be a mother and a wife. And those assignments should come before trying to provide.
you mentioned something about him being a gardener.
Yeah. So I'm reading this book, and one of the revelations that hit me is that God didn't create Adam because he needed a gardener. He created Adam because he needed companionship. And so he didn't need Adam so that he could work. He didn't create Adam so that he could work. He created Adam to be his companion. And from this walk with God, from this relationship with God, will come your assignment. And a lot of times we make work our priority, and I have done it too as well.
This was a hard episode for me.
It was, Michelle.
Because I had to sit in the truth.
Yeah.
The assignment that God had given me, I was lousy. Just being transparent. It was easier to go grind because that's how you were raised, you know. Now this assignment, God got to come out of how I was raised and be something totally different to be a better wife and mother.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, let me go work. Because
See, working,
working, you know.
working is easy. We can do that.
Which
Not only when we taught this at home, you and I were the same class. We stay in the same city. Like everybody's singing that same song. You learn to do the best you could, no matter what. Teachers told us, you work, you be the best, you show up and be the best.
show up and
The
show
community said the same thing. Odds against you, you be the best. You go, you learn, you become educated, and you do that. So we knew how to do that. But who taught us how to be mama? Who taught us how to be daddy? Who taught us how to be wives? Who taught us how to be husbands? We know the work.
And it's like we know that if you work hard, you're going to eventually see the fruits of your labor.
True.
You can invest in a relationship. You can go into the cheering.
It may not get the return. It may not get the return that you
that
want.
work brought me, you know.
Yeah.
So it was easier to hide behind work than to elevate in that area and become better.
And I think too that fuel us, and I think both of us can probably say this, accomplishing certain things give us that extra.
It's something.
Yeah, I think we're alike in that. Like when you're looking for the next accomplishment, and sometimes you may not see the return on being mama right away, but you can go over here and turn this work out. You can see the return easily, and it makes you feel good.
It's a good feeling. So you got to be. It's a fine line though, but it doesn't replace the guilt on the other hand. Though. Like when they get older and you missed out on so many moments.
Oh, yeah.
They telling stories and
You don't even know nothing about
you
it.
don't even know what folks talking about. You just sitting there trying to smile and laugh through it.
Oh, Michelle, that hit.
You're talking about you don't even know what they're talking about. When that happened, you like sitting up trying to remember everything that you missed. A good way you weren't in there, so you just gotta let the conversation go because you have nothing to add to it.
Oh my God.
So you got to stand in. There's a lot of stuff I have to stand in truth. It's hard. Look how you looking.
Oh my
like.
goodness. So that was pretty good. Like, oh wow.
It's rough.
Like so sometimes conversations can come up and you say, wait a minute, when was that? I don't remember that.
I got one even. It's not there.
Yeah, because Justin won't let me live down one time. I'm telling you, I showed up over and over again. Like he can't say like if he has some, I'm showing up. But I went on a business trip. This was for work. He had a plate.
You missed the plane.
He had one line. And just what was the one line in this one? He ended up shaking his head. What was that one line?
Yeah, so he's what did he say? I don't care. But I said it so many different times, and I practiced all them different times. You want to?
He had one line.
I looked and cried all the time. Where my mom come through?
Oh,
Just to stop.
I'll tell you, I did though.
One time. So, and you would think he brings this up. Justin, what grade was this?
Maybe third or
Second grade.
and you can remember it.
He can remember the one time that I was at work and didn't show up. So just imagine.
I can only imagine that if I ever get rid of my rights on. I'll be like, well, I was at work. All I can say is trying to provide for the same old speech.
That same thing that I said.
But she had set the standard for being there.
So when you set the tone,
Yeah.
you don't even think. Like for me, I didn't even realize how much it really mattered.
Yeah.
Like even games, like before you perform well enough to get on the field. Like,
You need to get out there.
you there? You coming on? Well, coming to what? You know, you like,
Now that's that hard.
Yeah.
That's you and
Yeah, I'm compared to
that's
like
you.
if I show up for you, I need you to be out there now. I don't need you getting in.
Michelle, we gotta show up, whether they ride the bench, whether
Oh
they
man, that's
board,
like
what no matter what.
Man, listen, to show up when they on the bench, it's like I don't care what nobody say, man. That ain't right, man. That ain't right.
But that's just you.
I know it's not normal. I know it's not. Like, and the speeches, I'm like, man, I wanted to get better. It wasn't enough to just be on the team. I wanted to get in the starting lineup. I wanted to be the captain, So when you talk, you like, I just need to know what you think because that ain't helped me change my perspective.
But that's that drive, though, again, that you have. And I think we try to instill that same drive. But we have to realize that sometimes our children are not us. And
This episode even messier than
in Muddy Shoes. We in Muddy Shoes, Mississippi, baby. We in Muddy Shoes. Okay, our next clip, Justin.
You always do that. Why you never talk? You say you want to talk and then you don't talk. You know what? I don't have time for this today. I gotta go get ready.
Okay. Okay. I gotta find a way to talk to Mama. Maybe I can say it like this. Mama, can I just, talk to you, have a mother to daughter conversation, a heart to heart? I don't know. Mama's not really heartfelt. She don't really feel things. Oh, Mama, I really need to talk to you about something. Like, it's very important. I just have a lot on my chest. No, she's too busy. She doesn't have time for me. It's not gonna work. Oh, maybe I can just... Mama! No. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know who to talk to or what to talk about. There's nobody to talk to. Like, I don't know what to do.
So that scene is, I talked about it, I think, on the Cozy Couch a little bit about how I actually relate to that.
When you said it on the Cozy Couch, it kind of, again, I think you used the word fear.
Yeah.
And I remember watching an episode of Y'all Fix My Life.
Mm.
And she was talking, there were a lot of guys, there were some men on the show, and they had multiple kids, like multiple kids. I think at the time the guy had about 37.
Oh, I saw that one. Because she did a special or something.
It was so good. So this is something that changed me, because when you're working all the time, you have short patience at home.
Oh,
Home can't get nothing wrong. Kids can't keep worrying you. Spouse can't keep calling you. Because I got work I got to do, right?
I did
So-
work at home, then coming
And
there,
then coming here and y'all
doing work.
carrying. I don't feel like talking. Y'all can give me time to get my mind right to break up with work and pick up at home. So I was watching that episode, and it was wild. The mothers of these men were on the show. Not all of them, but one apologized to her son. And a Yana wouldn't be a Yana if she didn't, She
And
said,
was crying.
she said, "What are you apologizing for?" She made her own it. You know how you just trying to say I'm sorry?
Mhm.
She was like, "No, that ain't good enough." Like, sorry for what? Like, and this been years ago. And she said, "I'm sorry for making you a container for my rage."
Oh, I saw that. I
You
saw
remember that
that.
clip?
Yes, that was good, and I could relate. I could relate to that. I'm sure Just can tell you I can relate to.
Ooh, Juice told the whole story. That right there made it. It was. I couldn't even judge the lady because I knew how I had been. Professional at work and then a month at home.
Don't call it.
I need something nice. Just okay.
You hit
Professional at work and then tired when you get home.
oh,
But it's the
God.
truth. You're really a monster when you can control yourself when they make you upset at work, but then at home, the child or spouse says, and you have no self control. You're a monster at that point.
And what we saw, and I want to piggyback on that. Amina was controlling herself at work with that man, but you could see it in her facial expression. She was trying to control.
She held on.
She was controlling. She even told him, "But I appreciate." She even told him when she went off on him, and then she said, "But I appreciate your help." But she was containing herself. But when she got home, she came through the door. What is that smell? What is
You saw that bill on the counter,
Mm-hmm.
and the brother once again let her down on another bill.
Mm-hmm.
It's at that point, gloves coming off. Everybody can get it at that point.
And she even said, "I can't deal with this. I gotta go get ready."
I gotta go.
Because it was like one thing after another and one thing after another. So you taking the dysfunction of work, bringing that same mud home, tracking it into your house, and then everybody getting the residue of that thing. Because everybody at this point got some mud. And it's just mud being tracked all
It's
in the house.
messy at this point.
Yeah.
It's really messy. But when you're so frustrated, you carrying the load at work, and then you come in
And carrying the load at home.
Anybody. It's like
I asked y'all to take out that garbage. And now, if you talking about something that bothers me,
the garbage.
I come in and I smell it.
Sing straight to
What is that? Whatever it is, and it's angry. It's like almost being outside and it's hot, and you don't understand why you just mad. So
perfect analogy.
Yeah, so it's the same thing. You hot, you mad, the joke at work, and now you unloading on the people that you love, and you're wondering why you do that, Yaz? Why you not talking? Because it stems from how you're going to respond to what I say.
Anticipating a response before she can even share with her mom. She had to tell her.
And what missed a little bit on this one, which we highlighted that more on the stage play, she was cleaning up because she didn't want to hear her mom's mouth when she get home.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was cleaning up, and she comes through the door. She folding towels. You can see the towels are sitting there. She's folding towels. She's doing all this because she anticipates that when mama's gonna come home, if the house not clean, I don't want to hear her mouth. Exactly. So she comes in anyway because she's upset because she smells the garbage.
Even though everything else is taken care of, so I gotta find
that one thing.
And
then that bill.
The bill was the thing.
On top of that, and so now Yaz don't even know what to. Wait a minute, I want to talk. I don't know what to say. How to say this. Okay, then she's practicing. Now, Mama just asked her, but Mama was mad, so she know. Wait a minute, I can't talk to her right now. But how am I talk to her in this?
I remember being engulfed in work and then you get tapped on. You just like what? Like what do you want, man? Like, tell me now. Like
Now
You
Michelle,
about to get hurt. I'm trying to get this done, and you talking crazy
Yeah.
to a kid.
yeah, they don't understand
They
it.
just want their mama. I remember times I would be up late doing work, working on papers, all types of stuff. And Juice was a little boy at the time. He would come and demand that I get off the work. I would have to go with him, lay down. All I could think about, all the work I got to do. So I got to wait till he go back to sleep and try to ease back out the bed. But he would come and demand I end my work in the middle of the night, crying and carrying on, make me go to bed.
And you say that, and it makes me think about Justin is a night owl right now. And it's because I kind of trained him, if I'm honest with you. And a lot of it had to do with I felt guilty. My schedule was get up in the morning at about 6:30, take him to daycare, I was taking him to school, and be at work at 7:30. Get out of work, pick him up from daycare, take him to somebody because I'm going to grad. I got class from 6 to 9. Drive from Cleveland to Mount Bayou, and back. So I'm not getting home to after 10:30, right? What time have I spent with him? So then I'm in grad school. So what I'm doing from 9 to 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm studying, and I just let him stay up because I felt bad. I felt like I ain't been with this child all day. You at least stay up because he wanted my attention.
Wow.
He wanted something, and so those things link. Now that I'm thinking about that, now I've trained him to be what? A night owl. Even here he is, 23 years old.
Still a night owl.
My brother used to talk about how he kept Justin like Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo was his thing, right? So when he my brother would keep him, and he said, I told Justin, he said, well, don't stay up, because he didn't think that Justin was gonna stay up. So he just let don't stay up. If you want to stay up and watch Scooby-Doo. Just Renee said he woke up at 2 or 3 o'clock. He said he looked up at me and said, boy, lay your tail down.
You got to go to bed at this point.
But I trained him because of my guilt. Because I couldn't spend that time with him. So I understand everything that Yaz presents in this moment. One, because I said on the close couch that I could relate because my mama, like I said, she worked a bunch of gigs. She come in the door with that face on. The worst thing you can do is still have dishes in the sink, clothes not washing, or something. So mama will come in the door, and if I had something to ask, what you do, you would make sure the house spick and span,
You got to
so you can brace so you can be able to set the foundation.
But even like being under that level of stress, even when the child, does everything right, the response can still be wrong.
We saw that the response was
It's like, don't get to it,
And she just said, forget it. I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
It's a lot. This episode was, I can't even. One point I was kind of like smiling with the more and more it started talking to me. I was just like, you know what? Like, just turn the whole episode. Turn it off, man. Turn it off right now,
But I think we all can relate to having issues with this work-life balance. Would you say that trying to figure it out, trying to figure out being a parent, trying to figure out how to work and how to balance it all?
I've seen some people do it really well. They tell the job, I can't do it. I gotta get home, the day ends at a certain time, you tell them I can get into such. So it was like I've seen it done, but then it didn't just like come that naturally for me. I think because of a large part for me feeling unfulfilled.
Next book.
And so that's what played into it. It make you stay out there longer than what you should.
I think we often say that we were challenged. With
You got
dealing
yours from your mom. That part.
maybe a little bit of both. But I think the June talks about this. I don't know if she talked about this time, but on the stage she mentioned before about that same gender parent.
Wow.
You kind of pick up on some things a lot from that same gender parent. And so I picked up, sometimes I even sound like my mom sometimes. So I picked up a lot from her, that working, how to work.
I got it from that. My mom was
Did he drill it in you? Was he?
Oh man, like I went to the field 5th, 6th grade chopping cotton. So
For real?
I was
You got on the back of you was on the bus?
on the back
of the truck.
The back of the truck, starting off. I was tall enough.
Did your daddy have a field? Or?
No.
Oh, you were going working for.
I would stay with my
that night of
cousins.
ham. Which one?
Both of them. So I would stay with my cousins over the summer.
Really?
We would catch the bus and go chop cotton and make money.
You know what was so crazy? I think I heard y'all talking about chopping cotton and making this money, but y'all was counting y'all money. I was coming back with nice outfits and stuff. And I remember I was asking my parents, like, I want to go chop cotton too.
They
Mama was like, I did that. I'm about to go to that.
Go get somewhere and set it.
Because they were raised on the farm. So
Right.
it was a little different. Okay, Justin, next I'm looking at our time. As well.
Yeah.
Now, piggybacking off that, Yasmin.
Yeah. Sweet girl.
Yeah.
Very sweet girl. Very relatable. She seems like our, I would say, average teenager, right? We were talking about how latchkey children are at risk for being in situations that they're not prepared for. Something that I like to share with folks a lot of times is that, the human brain is not fully developed until we're 25 years old.
Oof.
In fact, I think it's the frontal cortex, the area of the brain that is that dictates effective decision making. That is not fully developed until you're 25. And so, I mean, how many of us look back at situations very younger and was like, what was I thinking? That was not a good decision. But I'm raising my hand all the way up. And thank God social media wasn't around back then to record our mishaps, right? So just think about all of the pressures kids have. They have the social media, and which is
just hearing that makes me say how I should have treated my son a lot different. Like I think I had a lot on him as a child because I wasn't thinking that all of this. I don't know why. It just makes sense though.
But I think though, I remember being around at some points when Justin was younger. I remember you having like a structured system, like you when you said to do something, that's what you meant to do.
Very.
The first time you said it,
you got me. That's definitely it.
You were, but
that's me.
But that's how your mom was, though. She didn't play. She was when she said for you to do something. That's what she meant for you to do.
And she gonna tell you for one time.
But what June said about the brain not being fully developed to make basically good decisions until the age of 25, I'm like, I remember being foolish all the way through the 40s. So I'm like,
so get a little bit more grace.
I need a little bit more grace with June. I didn't know where you find that number. I know it said 45. I know it did. But I was just thinking about that, like, and then we can be harsh in our dealings with our children because we feel like they should do better because we're talking better.
Yeah.
Well, in all actuality, some of the stuff they don't even have the capacity
to understand. And it's not developed to that point. And I remember when she first said it, I was like, whoa, that's big. Because I know I put a lot of pressure when it shouldn't have been. Because I think about myself, I had Justin, I was 22 years old. and just think, I was having a baby, bringing another life in this world, and my brain was not fully developed. So what she say, 25? So that's
The decision making
part of your brain. She said the frontal cortex, which is the decision making portion of our brain, is not fully developed. And here I am with a 1 and a 2-year-old being a mama.
I remember, getting older and wanting to have to talk to my mom about parenting, how it was growing up. And I remember her saying, "This and I did." And I wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
And you have to give somebody some grace.
Yeah.
Once
We understand it now.
we
That
didn't understand. All we remembered is what we remembered. But when you're older and now you are walking in their shoes as a mother, the same grace they needed from us, we're asking
for my children,
from
I
our
promise.
kids. So it's like,
And I'm grateful for us being able to talk about this for someone that is early on in the mother stage or parenting stage or father, and that they understand that that child needs grace, and so do they.
wow, now that's the part.
And so we all should be able to understand. This is something that we should teach, that we all are learning. There are times that I had to tell Justin, like, listen, your mama did a lot of stuff that she shouldn't have done, and she did not do it right. I
You
want
said
to.
that as a black mother?
Yeah, he right there. He'll tell you.
She said
I.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Don't play with me.
Hold on now. What do y'all have?
Even I've had to in his adult part of his life and go back and apologize for some things that I didn't do correctly. I was a hard mom. I was a tough mom. When you talk about that one time deal, I was that mom. Like if I tell you some one time, you need to remember that I said do it then.
Don't. Ain't no.
And you almost got flashbacks.
Like you did his back like this. Like
I was Captain Woodman.
I think your back. Remember where you got, black mothers just didn't hesitate.
No, if I told
open hand you in the back.
and I got so down with that. Like if I told you one time I saw you still doing, I didn't say nothing. I would.
But let me say this though, like for me, knowing how much of a disciplinarian you were when he was younger, and to see our relationship be what it is now, I'm like, what I miss?
No, that was okay. All right, so we'll talk about that for a quick second because I know we got to go on. But what I did was the Lord started talking to me. Justin was coming out of the 11th grade, somewhere up in there. And God told me, you're going to have to change from being first mama to coach mama because he's going to need a coach in his next phase.
Jeez.
And when he said that to me, it changed everything. Just can tell you, he got to 12th grade. I didn't even give him a curfew for bed because he was going to college and no one was going to tell him he needed that. And I'm going to tell you, that first semester him doing that, Justin grades dropped so bad, I thought I was like, oh, this was the worst decision ever.
On that boy. The Lord was there too.
But I had to transition him so that I could teach and so that I could coach. So I will say this, and I say this to any parent, that you have to be able to make the shift but while they're at home. You can't wait till they leave to make the shift. And I'm so grateful that I did not miss that word from the Lord because Justin was able to call home and say, Mama, I'm going through da-da-da-da. And I did judge that. Wow. And I think that gave him that open door. I think even Justin friends at school would talk to me. I'm like at college. At college, they would.
They hear my mom on the phone. Man, boom, boom, boom. And she gonna tell him boom, 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 and we gonna pray and get up on the phone.
Wow. Because they would hear how I was talking to him and would tell him, oh, I wish I could do that. I wish I could talk to my mom like that.
Do you think if you had kept that first box persona, strong disciplinarian, what I say, you know,
we wouldn't be here.
that's what I'm saying.
We wouldn't be at this point that he could say, hey, oh hey Angela, hey Yana, hey y'all. I think if we were not honest, if I wasn't honest and open with him when he was inside the house, he wouldn't have been able to
Okay.
to be able to do that.
Hey,
He wouldn't be able to do that when we were now.
When he was out. So if you didn't make the transition while he was inside the house and
Hey Apostle.
open and honest,
Mhm.
then he wouldn't have been able to do that while he was outside.
That's right. Justin will call me 3 or 4 times a day.
I actually saw I'm like, what? Because I love y'all interactions, but I remember, you know,
The strong disciplinary.
but it set the tone for this though.
Yeah.
You couldn't have been as laid back as you are now while in his early years.
It was a mistake that I made because I took the mindset of saying, because his dad and I wasn't together, and for majority of his life, there was not a male that was there in the house with us, that I had to be this stern mama.
So they can know not to try you.
And because the daddy was not there.
Right.
And so I felt like I had to be both parents. But I remember this guy told me one time, and he said, no, you're wrong. You can never be his dad. We need our mamas to be mamas. And it was like, because I had been saying it for so long. But his mom and dad were divorced, and we were just having a conversation. And he said, no. I remember he said it like it was like a stern thing, like, no, you can't be dad. He said, I'm telling you because I went through that with my mom. We need you to be mom.
And we don't even think about how it can impact, you know, their relationships once they start dating.
Oh,
Eventually get married. There have been times, they tag team on me in the house, and they'll be like, you know, you come at us too strong. So I'm sitting here listening to my son because I'm old school. You know, back how I was raised. Kids don't have no rights. You know, you got the right to do what I tell you to do. Keep your mouth closed. Or if you're trying to explain your side, how I was raised, that's talking back. You was a disrespectful child. So you know, it's like.
But is that toxic though? Is it toxic that we treat them as if they don't have an opinion? And I think the overall thing to this, their feelings matter. And we have to set the stage where we understand that they are people that are growing into adults.
Right.
Their feelings matter. They're going through things. Yasmin was going through stuff at school. But because I think sometimes we see it as minor, they're children.
Minimize.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And for sons, though, I think, if I don't do, soul searching and make some adjustments, it would be somebody totally different than who he'll bring home. It'd be somebody opposite. Because there have been times where he's told me, like, he come at us like a little too hard. I'm listening to him, but I got the Ike talent. Now,
what you finna say now? Be careful. Be careful.
You're free to say what you got to say, but you got to talk to me nice, Yeah. And I ain't talking to nobody nice, but I got to be talking to, So it's a lot that I'm really sitting in a different place where I'm trying to grow and become better.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
A mother. Okay, next clip, Justin. Is this our last one?
I think this is last.
The way you love this, I thought it make me feel better. Wait a minute, cause we gotta do that TikTok. Me and my girls have to. It's legendary. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
You know, I really wanted to bring, we talked about this a little earlier. I wanted to bring this into play. If we listen to what she's saying at the very beginning here, she says, "Threw away your love letters. I thought it'd make me feel better. I finally got you out my bed, but I still can't get you out my head. I'm sending you one text at a time, and I know you're by your phone, so boy, pick up your line. And I ain't too proud to beg, so what's been said has been said. And I don't know, you don't know what love is." So then I'm coming down, so she repeat that a few times. "You don't know what love is if you don't stay up all night crying. You don't know what love is." I wanted to bring this out because a lot of times the only way our position change is we start feeding ourselves something different, right? So we're feeling some kind of way, but a lot of times we'll gravitate, and it's the enemy's job to help us gravitate to that emotion that he wants us to live in. Have you ever felt like you were drowning? You ever felt like you were drowning in a certain type of feeling and emotion after being misunderstood, or and music will feed that very thing.
Listen, I know about music feeding that emotion. Since high school, everybody knows, all the classmates know my favorite song
is Mystic Blue.
Mystic Blue. I didn't realize I used to love that feeling. That feeling that just don't know if you can make it or go on, just that depressed deep down. I remember being younger and my mom saying it's not a God, but one that's feeling that way. But I would always connect to the sad music, the depressed. It would just it ministers to you, not in a good way, but in the worst possible way. So you holding on to an emotion much longer than it should be there. Just like you got the breakup playlist. You got you got the feel good when you in love playlist. When we played this was awesome. So you got the my help coming, the gospel playlist. You got the different playlists for
we getting down the highway playlist.
You got to stay woke. You about to pass out behind the wheel. You got so you got some crunk in your ear. So you got different music to feed your emotions.
Yeah.
And we talk about moments of sadness. I've been so low, you cry so much. This guy said it, and I remember listening to him say this, and I was kind of. He said he cried so much that he thought he was outside in the rain. You know how much crying you got to do. That was out the
outside in the rain.
See,
he was.
You don't know if
you're gonna
outside. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if you're gonna make it when you cry like this.
Oh my God!
It's the lowest you could possibly feel at the end of a relationship breakup. And
I want to say that we sometimes unknowingly, and this is why I wanted to bring this out. We're gravitating to music that help us to live in that, to help us continue to drown, because it's hitting and we can relate to it. But what we really need to do is to find something that feeds that positive thing of where we need to be. Man, I'm telling you, I tweet, I'm done, and smoking cigarettes.
Oh man, she got this other one, best friend of mine. Best friend. Oh, okay. Tweet will take you clean out of here.
Let me tell you, I could listen to. I think I know. Not too many songs. I know all the lyrics to "Smoking Cigarette" and "I'm Done."
And you don't even smoke, my you didn't know that.
Never smoked a cigarette in my life, but I could relate. Like she was like, this man had her out there smoking cigarettes, and then when she's saying, "I'm done, oh baby." The fact that I know all her runs, that she
that was her song. when you in a low place.
And I would play that type of stuff, like just on repeat, but it was feeding the wrong thing. You want to feed your spirit, you got to make your spirit man a giant. So that means you got to purposely feed it something so it can be louder than those bad emotions.
Ooh.
I just wanted to drop that little nugget in there. I think we at 7:30, Michelle.
Okay.
And this part of our segment, y'all know I always like to highlight a business, whether it's local or someone I know. We got something special for you today. This guy owns now a cooking and catering business called Free Smoke.
Oh, okay, see, back in our day, free smoke, man.
Huh?
It's about
Who? Oh, okay, Free Smoke by Herbert's Grill. And he is going to treat us today. Yeah, I'm going to come around.
You want him to come around?
Well, yeah, T, you want to get right here where they can see the, or how you, where right here, right?
Whatever y'all want to do.
Yeah, bring our things around. Just.
Okay. See y'all soon.
But we're going to, he's brought us some special things today. My first time eating from TT. This, well, I shouldn't call him T. I can call him T. Well, he cooked some salmon, and I didn't like salmon because I had a bad experience with it. And his wife, who's also on the Cozy Couch episode, she was the one that was singing the last 2 episodes, actually.
Okay.
Okay, so this is his wife, and I was over, and she said, no. She said, you don't eat it? She said, try his. I think T like put it like on a piece of apple plank wood or yeah. Oh my goodness, it was the best piece of salmon that he started making me like salmon. So his meals, come on, T, you want to show us what we having today, T? He fixed something up. Now we're not gonna eat in front of y'all. We gonna be that rude. We're not gonna eat in front of y'all, but I want to show you his what he has for us. T, tell them what you have.
So I have some ribs, some grilled shrimp, pork chop, smoked brisket, and lamb chops.
Okay.
Then on the side, I got some baked beans, loaded mashed potatoes, and smoked mac and cheese.
Oh my goodness.
Taste it for the people.
Well, give us a little plate. Go get us a little plate. Oh, we supposed to eat off the board? Okay, Michelle, come on.
And then T, you can stay right there. I never see you.
And I just want to introduce you all to T. And T, say hello to everybody. Oh, look at little black stuff. So you all, if you're in the Tupelo area, T, you do Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays, but usually you advertise when you will be doing lunches. And you deliver, and you, Apostle say, I'm coming to Mississippi. Come on, Apostle. That you will deliver and everything, and you can select your time. So if you all are at work,
yeah. So primarily I cater from small family dinners to large events, family reunions, and all that good stuff. But occasionally I do pop-ups and I do lunch plates on the weekends. So make sure you follow me on Facebook, Free Smoke by Herbert's Grill. And my website was posted. You can go on there, like she said, when I do my plates and book a time if you want to deliver, if you want to pick up. We have all these options. And just let me know. And if you want me to cater, you don't see something on the menu that you want me to do, I do a little bit of everything. So just, hit me up and we can talk.
That's perfect. T, thank you so much. First of all, this smells so good. We were smelling it out there. I was like,
I didn't even think I was gonna be able to finish it.
It was like, we may not be able to finish this. Well, we're gonna dive in and we're gonna feed our faces. I guess we'll try a little bit. We'll try a little bit. Wow, this brisket. I heard this lamb chop. April's been telling me to get this lamb chop for a while. So,
Get the whole reel.
say we ain't playing.
Oh, kind and gracious Father.
Oh my God.
You know what you're doing.
Oh, it's so tender and so good. Oh, see, that's
So I ain't
good.
got no bougie way to eat. Y'all gonna have to cut the camera off.
Well, guys, don't forget Tuesday is our finale for the season. Oh, that's good. Episode 4 is our finale. I want to say thank you so much for over 20,000 views. Y'all have done it. And we just want to say thank you. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see y'all next time on the live.